How can you expect to move forward without confidence if you've never taken time to honestly assess where you are right now? Hello, my friends, and welcome to Living the Laws. I'm Larry Laws Sr., and this is another edition of Wednesday Wisdom Live. Whether you're joining us live or catching a replay, I'm glad you're here. And before we dive in, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and click the notification bell so you never miss a moment of Wednesday Wisdom or any leadership content from Living the Laws. This is your midweek reset, a place where leaders like you come to recharge, refocus, and rise in your leadership journey. And as we get started, I want you to reflect on this question. What kind of leader are you becoming? If you've never taken time to assess your leadership strengths and blind spots, I've created a leadership assessment. It's designed to give you clarity. At any point during this session, simply comment leadership, and I'll send you the link. On today's video, we'll dive into the law of awareness. And at the heart of this law is simple. You must know yourself to grow yourself. Growth does not begin with activity. It begins with awareness. It begins with honesty. It begins with taking a real look at yourself. Today, I want to give you 4 truths about the law of awareness. Number 1, awareness starts with an honest SITREP. In the military, we use something called a SITREP, a situation report. A SITREP gives a clear picture of what is happening right now. It tells you the current situation. It tells you the current conditions, the environment, the challenges, and what needs attention. It is not built on feelings. It is not built on wishful thinking. It is built on reality. And that is exactly what awareness is in your personal life. Awareness is your internal SITREP. It is your honest report on where you are right now. It is strong. What is weak? What is working? What is not working? What habits are helping you? What habits are hurting you? What direction are you really moving in? A lot of people avoid this kind of self-report because truth can be uncomfortable. It's easier to stay busy than to be honest. Easier to keep moving than to stop and reflect. It's easier to look successful on the outside than to examine what's really going on inside. But you cannot lead well without an accurate report. If your inner SITREP is unclear, your decisions will be unclear. If your awareness is weak, your growth will be weak. If you're dishonest about where you are, you will struggle to get where you want to go. That is why awareness matters so much. It helps you stop guessing. It helps you stop pretending. It helps you face reality with courage. Let me say it clearly. A bad report is better than a false report. Because if you know the truth, you can respond to it. You can adjust. You can improve. You can grow. But if you avoid the truth, you stay stuck. Number 2, awareness gives you direction. On the most powerful ideals in this law is that there are 3 kinds of people. There are people who do not know what they want to do. There are people who do not know what they want to do. There are people who know what they want to do, but do not do it. And there are people who know what they want to do and are doing it. The first group is confused. The second group is frustrated. The third group is fulfilled. That is a powerful distinction. Many people are not lacking talent. They are lacking direction. They have never slowed down long enough to ask the right questions. What do I really want to do? What am I gifted to do? Why does this matter to me? What kind of work gives me energy instead of draining my soul? Awareness gives direction because it helps people separate motion from mission. And I've seen this in the nonprofit work where people come to First Home Alliance with a goal of home ownership, and that goal is real. But once we get started on the counseling process, awareness begins to reveal itself. The true picture Maybe the dream is right, but the timing is off. Maybe the desire is strong, but the credit is not ready. Maybe the income is there, but the budget habits are not. That awareness is not meant to discourage them, it's meant to direct them because once you know where you are, you can build a true path forward. The same is true in leadership. If you do not know your values, you will drift. If you do not know your strengths, you will compare yourself to others. If you do not know your purpose, you will waste energy in the wrong places. Awareness helps you aim your life. Number 3, awareness must lead to actions. Now, here's the key. Awareness alone is not enough. It is not enough to say, I know I need growth. It is not enough to say, I know I need more discipline. It's not enough to say, I know I'm off track. Awareness is the beginning, but it must lead to action. John Maxwell lays it out. He lays out a strong pattern in his book, The 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth. Awareness, action, accountability. First, awareness. See clearly. Second, action. Take a step. And third, accountability. Stay consistent long enough to change. That is how growth becomes real. Some people are deeply self-aware, but never disciplined. They can talk about their weaknesses all day, but never confront them. They know what they should do, but they keep delaying the move. And delaying is dangerous because the longer you delay what you already know, the easier it is to become settled. In chess, awareness means more than just seeing the board. It means recognizing the position and responding wisely. A strong player does not just notice danger, they act on it. They adjust. They develop. He protects what matters. He moves with purpose. Leadership works the same way. If you're aware that your communication needs work, then work on it. If you're aware that your finances need structure, then face them. If you're aware that your purpose is being neglected, then make room for it. If you're aware that your habits are costing you growth, then change them. Do not just admire clarity, act on clarity, because awareness without action becomes frustration. Number 4, awareness helps you become who you were meant to be. This law is not just about self-analysis. It is about alignment. It's about becoming more of who you were created to be. When you know yourself, you stop wasting time trying to be somebody else. You stop chasing every opportunity. You stop comparing your calling to another person's platform. You stop trying to prove qualities that you do not possess. Instead, you begin building from your real strengths, your real values, and your real purpose. That is where fulfillment lives. A note from the book states, there are 2 great days in a person's life. The day you were born and the day you discover why. That is powerful. When you know your why, you can pay the price. When you know your why, sacrifices make sense. When you know your why, growth becomes focus. Yes, growth still costs you something. It will cost you time. It will cost you comfort. It may cost convenience. But the greater cost of living without clarity, the greater cost is spending years climbing towards something that was never truly meant for you. Awareness protects you from that. It helps you align your gifts with your purpose with your actions, and your actions with your future, the future you're trying to build. That is why awareness is so important in leadership, because leadership is not first about leading others. It is first about knowing and leading yourself. The law of awareness teaches us that if you want to grow yourself, you must know yourself. You need an honest SITREP of your life. You need a clear sense of direction. You need awareness that leads to action. You need the courage to align your life with your true purpose. So today, I want to lead you with questions. What is your current situation report? Where are you strong? Where are you stuck? What are you avoiding? What is one truth you need to face? And what is one step you need to take next? Do not rush past those questions. Sit with them. Write them down. Pray on them. Answer them honestly, because growth begins the moment you stop guessing and start seeing clearly. And remember this, you cannot become your best self without first being honest about your present. Thank you for joining me for another edition of Wednesday Wisdom Live. If this message spoke to you, be sure to like, follow, subscribe, and turn on a notification. And if you're ready to better understand your leadership strengths and growth areas, comment leadership, and I'll send you the link to the leadership assessment. Until next time, keep growing, keep leading, and keep living the laws. I'm Larry Laws Sr., reminding you to think before you move and to make your next move your best move.